What we got? Talk to me.
All right, Coach, you've been out there a little bit more than a week. What's the mid-camp and scouting report for you guys so far? How's it looking?
You know, very proud of just how they go about it, just their process of coming to work. And the guys are practicing hard. They're coming with a lot of energy. You know, we're trying to stack practices up back to back to back. It's easy to have one good one. You know, can you stack them up? So that's the challenge for the defense, and that's what we was talking about today, just making sure we continue just to rack good practices up.
You guys told us that the defense dominated the first scrimmage. From your perspective, how did things look out there?
Man, I don't know. My job is to get them ready for like the next game, which is the next practice. Sunday is Sunday. There was some good things that we did and some things that we need to work on. But like I talk to the guys about, is just most guys are like hungry. You know, most guys are hungry no matter what sport it is. And then once you taste a little success, then you kind of get full. But we got to have a mindset of being greedy, so you're never full. So just that greedy mentality, just that hunger to get better. So whatever happened Sunday was Sunday. The practice was today. We got to get better today. We got to get better tomorrow. Not trying to get you coach speak, but that's what I tell the players.
Coach, you mentioned back in media day that you were a relationship person, that you really like building relationships with the players. Considering how many new faces we've seen enter the linebacker room over the offseason, how do you go about building those relationships when there's a lot of new players to do that with?
Yeah, that's a great question. So yesterday we had the linebackers over at the house yesterday, and Brandon Jennings caught his first fish. Just to see his smile on his face, he's jumping around. Oh, I gotta show my mom. I gotta show my mom. That's the stuff that, like, man, gets me going, and just the relationship part of it. So if you are a relationship person, you don't have to like check the box and say, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. So just having the guys over, and that's just what we do. And like yesterday, like I said, just seeing him catch his first fish and his reaction, having the linebackers over, and having them see me with my wife and me with my daughters, and you know, being able to bond and eat. You know, it's just what we do, and just spending time with them, even here in the building. That's the relationship building part of it, because this is hard now. It's hot out there. We're gonna ask them to come to practice. We're gonna ask them to go to class, but it also should be a great experience for these guys here at UCF as a student athlete. So we want them to have fun as well.
When you look at film, when you look back at the scrimmage, what do you see from Brandon that you like so far?
You know what? I mean, he's a thumper. He's not afraid of contact, and you know and I told the linebackers the quickest way to my heart is go hit somebody. I teach you football, but I can't teach you how to be tough. And he's a natural tough kid, so he brings that tough element to the room.
How is Jason Johnson fitting into the linebackers, and what are maybe his best skills?
He's doing a good job. He's quiet, like I always say, but you know, he don't have to be the loudest person as long as he's doing his job. He had a solid scrimmage, and we throwing a lot at him on purpose. We throwing a lot at all the linebackers, because a part of the evaluation process is who can pick it up, who can take it from the classroom to the walkthrough to the game field. So he's doing a good job for us.
Kobe Perry was here in the spring, obviously. Now that he's here in fall camp, how does he continue to progress?
He's progressing really well. It was really good for him to go through the spring, you know, to get here and go through the spring and then have the summer practices, and now having fall camp is really good for him. You can see his progress.
Coach, you had a lot of transfers coming into the linebacker room, but you also have 3 new true freshmen that came in as well. How would you say those 3 have been doing in getting used to the team, and have they stood out to you so far?
They're doing well. You could just tell they come from good programs that actually taught them football, so it wasn't a learning curve for those guys. That's the thing that you see, that all of those guys kind of understand concepts and understand what we're trying to tell them, and they try to use the same as type of approach as far as, okay, in high school it was called this, it's called this in college, but it's the same. It's just like what I was doing in high school. So hats off to their high school coaches as far as teaching them ball, because you could see they didn't have a learning curve once they got here.
At Media Day, Quadric Bullard talked about putting on 30 pounds in the offseason. How does that help his game improve?
It helps him if you're going from 150 something to 180. You know, it helps him. Now he has to get used to that weight. He has to get used to carrying that weight. And you can see him out there. He's getting used to it. You know, anytime you gain 30 pounds, it's a shock to your body. But he's doing a really good job running to the ball, working his body into just understanding that extra 30 pounds.
Terrence Lewis was limited, I know, in the spring. He's full go, I think you said last week. So after seeing him for more than a week, how's he looking?
He's doing really well. I mean, he has a nose for the ball, has a high football IQ as well, understanding the defense and picking up the defense. So his progress he's doing really well for us as well.
It's been said of Lee Hunter that he plays angry out there. What do you think of that term when you are working with a football player?
I mean, defensively, that's the term. You know, that's the term you want someone to say about your defense, that they play angry. So, you know, and Lee Hunter is one of those guys that plays angry. You know, he likes to play in the backfield. He's a massive human being. So, again, like, we just want him to play in the backfield. So just for him to continue to play angry is going to be a plus for us.
Coach, last time that you were on this media room podium, you mentioned Landon Woodson and Mosier had a little bit injuries. Do you have any updates on that?
No, sir, don't have any updates. It's the same as like that's like a training room head coach question. I'm not gonna, you know, if a guy's not practicing, I'm not gonna speak on that. I appreciate it.
Ricky Barber, we're gonna hear from him shortly.
Yeah.
What do you see in his growth and development? What kind of player do you think he can be for your defense this
Great
year?
question. See, now he's in the room, so I'm gonna have to like lie a little bit. Such, you know, great human being, team leader. But no, the truth, like really, like he is our guy up front. Like he is our guy that he's our leader. He's the guy to get everybody going. He has a really good skill set for up front. He's the guy we lean on. He's the guy we trust. Happy to be his coach. I'm glad he's here. I could keep going on and on and on about Ricky Barber, but I'll stop right there because he's in the room, you know. So.
On Sunday, we heard from Jeremiah, and he was talking about Nakai Martinez having a good scrimmage. You guys put out a little bit of highlights on social media last night. We saw Nakai Martinez pick a couple of plays in that. Just talk about that freshman and what he's been able to do so far.
He's a guy that sticks out. That's a good thing about when you're scrimmaging. Like when you're at practice and you can't really tell because you're not tackling. But he's a guy, when you put the football down, you can tell he's a football player. We have production points after a scrimmage where you add everything up. He actually led the defensive production points. I mean, he has a knack for football. I mean, he really does. So, has a very bright future. And as long as he continues to progress, he'll be as good as he wants to be.
Today, Coach Malzahn said, get some separation out there today. Did you see some separation?
You know what? I haven't watched the film, but like I told the defenses, defensively, everything is evaluated. Every day is an interview. So on the field, off the field, you know, I want the defense. You showing up 5 minutes early. Everything is an evaluation. So we're not just evaluating, you know, what you do on the playing field. So, but the good thing is you see a lot of guys like the cream kind of rise to the top. There's a lot of great competition. So for us as coaches, it's making our job hard as far as trying to figure out mixing the 11 that's out there, and what I can say is you can see that we have a lot of depth, so that's a good thing, and we like to rotate guys here, so that's a good thing.
Coach, we've heard how the defense, quote, dominated the offense in that first scrimmage, but what would you say you want to see from your defense in the second scrimmage that maybe you didn't see in that first one?
I don't know about the dominating part. I don't know how that, but I just want a greedy defense. You know, like never satisfied. Let's get better. Let's enjoy the process, and then once when we look up at the end of the season, kind of see where we're at. But you know, one scrimmage, I don't know, good, bad, or ugly. But what I want them to do is continue to get to the ball, continue to get to the ball with bad intentions. You know, continue to communicate, and then I want when we watch the film, be able to throw an umbrella out there, and it could cover all 11 guys. So that's just our pursuit to the ball and our attitude to the ball.
What did you like about the play of your secondary during that scrimmage?
Really good communication. We kept top on the coverage. That's our main goal, is to keep the top on the coverage and not give up explosive passes. So you can see them progressing. You can see the communication. So very pleased with what they're doing.
Are you happier with communication so far this camp than, say, spring?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. I think the communication is a lot better. You know, because that's the thing. Like we got some loud kids, but we got some quiet kids as well. So we're just trying to get everyone to talk. A guy moves, everybody should be like just a craze of just different people talking, you know, so everybody can be on the same page.
Last week you said a big goal of preseason is to find a guy who can, you know, rush the quarterback without having to blitz. Who were some of the guys that have excelled in that so far?
Guys that come to mind, Ricky Barber. I'm not saying that because he's in the room, but Ricky Barber. Drop is another guy. Jeremiah gives us pass rush ability from the linebacker room. A lot of men it's kind of by committee, you know, it's very pleased with kind of what we're doing up front to get to the quarterback.
You guys good?
Appreciate y'all guys. Thank you. Yes, sir.